Today, I will be talking about the importance of Alaska Native elders in southwest and interior Alaska. Let's begin by looking at who is considered to be an elder and what it means to be an elder. There is a difference between being someone who is considered elderly and someone who is considered an Alaska Native elder. Someone who is elderly in these communities still possess a vast amount of cultural knowledge due to living their lives within their respective communities. Although they are different than elders in that elders are committed to maintaining healthy lifestyles and having a strong devotion to their community in hopes to preserve cultural practices and traditions. They are role models and positive examples for their communities. Some common elder characteristics are maintaining a healthy lifestyle, which includes abstaining from different substances and alcohol. They possess vast cultural knowledge. They are able to uphold a strong devotion to their community. They have countless cultural experiences and are able to share them with the younger generations. And they have a desire to preserve their culture through the passing on of valuable information. Alaska Native elders are beginning to see and experience a greater amount of oppression due to the growing population of elderly people. They refer to this abuse against them as disrespect. The two groups that often are the sources of this disrespect are from non-Native institutions and their own families and communities, which is very devastating to see. Non-Native institutions include things like healthcare services, churches, and different schools. They often show elders great disrespect because they are removed from Alaska, and they fail to understand or appreciate their cultural ways. This leads them to often consider elders as unintelligent when they are exactly the opposite of unintelligent. Families and communities often disrespect elders by calling them burdens, and this has great negative effects upon their overall health and well-being. Everyone wants to feel valued and appreciated by their family and community. Along with this, they are often overused for childcare by their families, and this can bring about health issues because they are getting older and not their young selves. Next, we'll look at what successful aging is and why it is so important to Alaska Native elders. Successful aging is important in order to be a successful elder in Alaska Native communities. Steffi Maritiski Kim defines successful aging as successful aging adults were those displaying high levels of functioning across various domains. These domains include high mental, physical, spiritual, and even emotional functioning. We are able to look at two important aspects of successful aging. Two important aspects of successful aging are receiving support from both the family and from the community. Family support allows the elders to feel like they belong and they are valued by their loved ones. They are also able to create strong familial bonds, which positively contributes to their overall health and well-being. Support from the community shows them that they are appreciated for all that they do and contribute to society. Everything they share and everything they help with for younger generations. The elders are able to create meaningful networks through which they can share valuable knowledge. More recently, they have been supported by the community by being able to take part in community councils. Being involved in these councils provides them with a way to share their great wisdom and cultural knowledge to their community in order to make and form positive change within their communities. Physical health is another important part of successful aging for elders. They are able to stay healthy through their holistic and subsistence lifestyles, maintaining their traditional diet by gathering berries, hunting for various game, and fishing provides them with daily exercise and gets their bodies moving. Subsistence activities also contribute to their mental health in that they are able to connect with their native lands and environments. This connection lets them leave behind their everyday stressors and anxieties and past trauma. Elders are also able to practice abstinence from alcohol in order to serve as role models for their communities and maintain the healthy lifestyle that is so important to successful aging. There's been great relocations, and we are able to see its effects on the Alaska Native elders. The relocation of Alaska Native elders has been having negative effects on their successful aging over the years. Relocating elders forces them to leave behind their subsistence and even holistic lifestyles. They lose part of their cultural identity by being separated from their family and communities. They also have to leave behind their native lands and the places that they call home. All of these things bring about great stress and depression among elders, which decreases their overall health and well-being. We'll now talk about the Alaska Native elders' educational impacts. Alaska Native elders have made great educational impacts throughout the years. The AISES Science Summer Camp in Fairbanks, which is in interior Alaska, is a prime example of their positive impacts. The AISES Science Summer Camp allowed elders to incorporate their cultural practices and traditions into a science-based learning experience. The elders aided in forming culturally accurate curriculum. They were able to help score and judge students' projects by the end of the camp. They were able to provide various kinds of spiritual leadership. And they helped with modeling how to make certain cultural crafts and projects. Now, some people discredit elder knowledge, but this science camp was a prime example of just how much knowledge these elders truly have to share. They have a deeper understanding on topics than you could find in a textbook due to their countless cultural experiences. The students were positively affected at this camp in that they developed a positive attitude towards learning, but they also developed a positive attitude towards learning about their culture. Along with this, students were seen to come out of the camp with great personal and academic development due to the educational impacts that the elders had upon them. We will now look at what community-based participatory research is and how elders put it into place. Another impact elders have had is through community-based participatory research. This type of research is implemented in hopes to grow relationships between elders and the younger generations. The whole point of this type of research is to have elders share their stories and experiences with the younger generations in hopes that they can take something meaningful from them. Alaska Natives have an oral tradition, and this allows elders to participate in this tradition through activities like storytelling. Stories present important lessons for the younger children that traditional learning often can't. The youth are able to take these lessons and apply them to their own lives in various ways. The youth were able to walk away with a better understanding of certain cultural practices, cultural values, and cultural traditions. This type of ancestral learning is extremely valuable and beneficial to the upcoming generations in hopes to preserve and continue on their cultural practices and traditions. Finally, let's look at Western culture and how it has had an effect upon traditional Alaska Native ways of teaching. As Western culture begins to influence Alaska Native communities, it is important to protect two traditional Alaska Native ways of teaching. Storytelling, as talked about earlier, is valuable to children in that it provides a visual and vivid way to learn. They are able to learn more about their culture and what it truly means to be an Alaska Native. Modeling, as seen at the AISES Science Summer Camp, is another important way to learn. At the camp, Navajo elders were able to teach basket weaving and beading to the students. This provided them with important hands-on learning. Modeling is a valuable way to learn and should continue to be implemented into education. And these are my references that I utilize to learn more about the importance of Alaska Native elders to their communities. Thank you.